Have you ever had to cut contact off with a friend? Well, we have, and it kind of sucks. So why don't you take it from us? Do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do. Echo.
Echo.
No, you need the effect. I can't do the effect.
Echo.
Yeah, I need to do the effect. If not, it doesn't have the same, doesn't, reverb throughout the room.
We can try that again. I'll do that.
No, it's okay.
Okay, moving on. So today's topic is gonna be on friendship struggles.
Okay.
Right.
Tough.
Yeah. It do be quite tough.
Okay.
And I think we're at the stage in our lives where, not say we're old enough to experience a lot of friendship losses or like a lot of years have gone by, but I think enough years have gone by such that you've seen how friendships evolve over the years.
Yeah, for sure.
And like at this stage in your life, you're probably, like myself, juggling between many different priorities, work, studies, other commitments as well. And therefore, friends is like just one of the many. And
Yeah,
therefore,
for
because we have finite resources, we have to split them up some way. And for me, I've had a tough time doing that. But
Okay.
before we dive into how it has evolved, I want to know what constitutes a friend for you.
That's such a loaded question. Like, I think, I think what constitutes a friend is just, I want to say somebody who is there, but I feel like that's also just a very broad cliche, just somebody who I can count on. But I think that's just kind of it, right? Like, I think a lot of my friendships, especially the ones that have survived throughout all these years, have really been quite low maintenance type of friendships. I'm also very much an independent person. I do my own thing. I'm not the type of person who calls their besties every single day, that sort of thing. I just do my own thing. My friends usually do their own thing. We catch up, we meet up. But I think it's just knowing that you are there for each other. And not only there for each other in terms of if they need help or if they're, emotionally going through something. But more than that, I think it's just also genuinely supporting them and being hey, I've got your back. I'm rooting for you 110%. I think that's what constitutes a friend for me. So maybe not necessarily somebody who is always there in my life, but just knowing that I can count on this person and knowing that I've got their support, they've got mine. I think that's what comes to the top of my mind.
Okay, but if you say low maintenance, right? My thinking, the first question that I had immediately was, how define low maintenance? Because there are some people who let's say they don't talk for a month, right?
Yeah.
And then after that reconnect. Versus someone who doesn't talk for years on end. Let's say the whole of primary school, day to day, day by day, you all were together. And then after that, the next 4 years of secondary school education, you lost contact. And then after that, they reconnect with you when you're in JC or poly, or
Okay.
IT or any further education.
Yeah.
So is that what's your definition of low maintenance?
So with respect to the last part, would you consider that a friend? Somebody
For
who
someone who-
reconnected with you after 4 years. You've been friends with them since primary school, but they reconnected after a while. Would you consider that as a friend?
I would not. Yeah, I would.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't
Interesting.
think I would say, because to me it's a friend needs to be, like you said, needs to be there for you, right? And to me it goes a level deeper, where the friend needs to be emotionally there for me as well, which means
Okay.
that you need to be able to when I'm, for me, how I am towards my friends is that if I'm in a down and out state, right, and I need that friend there,
Yeah.
they are there for me. Any time of the day, hey bro, what's up? I'm going through a really tough time right now. I just
Okay.
need a listening ear. And to me, it's if someone doesn't put in the effort to maintain that contact with me, I find it very tough for me to consider that person a friend of mine.
So if they just don't, okay, wait, let's
Yeah.
let's branch off. Okay, so like a tree. So if they don't maintain the contact, okay, what if first scenario, you just you lose each other's number or change number, whatever.
Okay.
And then after that, fast forward maybe four or 5 years later, you reconnect at tertiary education stage, or
Yeah.
hey, you happen to be in the same NS battalion. Who knows? Okay,
Nice.
and then hey, look, it's you again, that sort of thing. Would you not consider that as a friend again, because you could just pick up from where you left off, or you could fill in that person in on what happened the last 4 years?
I think there's potential,
Okay.
but I think right off the bat, I wouldn't.
So you just immediately wouldn't think of them as a friend?
Yes, I would just think it's a long lost acquaintance or a long lost contact that I had. And then
Okay.
friendship to me is like, it has to be built up. Like there has to be,
But you have built it up. You built it up from primary school. There's just been a gap in
But-
the thing because shit happens, man.
but time plays a factor in maintenance of that relationship.
So what if
It's-
then, okay, let's say we stop being friends for like 4
Uh-huh.
or 5 years. We re-enter into each other's lives. Like, hey, what's up? Let's grab coffee. We share about each other's lives. And then from then on, we start like, oh, like, we can catch up like more often, that sort of thing.
Yeah. And then if we do actually catch up, then
Yeah.
yeah, I will consider you my friend then. But
So you're
right
saying
off
like
the
it needs to
get-go-
like be like worked for like
Yeah.
Okay,
Like, and it's
okay.
not just the other person has to work for it. I also have to work for it. Like,
okay.
I'm pretty sure that I have had friends also, like people who I've considered friends, and I've put in the effort to maintain the relationship.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten as quick of a response or even a response to begin with, back.
Wait, does response time matter to you?
Okay.
He sees the blue tick. He's like,
To me, okay.
you are going down on my friendship list. Instead of spot number 4, you're now spot number 10.
Okay, no, but to me that branches out like beyond like title of friendship or whatnot.
So,
Because to me-
so if they're your friend, you don't care if they respond, let's say like 3 days later.
No. If they are well, okay, wait. Let's unpack this slowly. If
Yeah.
they are my friend,
Yeah.
they would respond. They would already be responding quickly to people in general, because that to me is like, that's great to have.
Really?
You know?
Okay,
Because to me it's
okay.
like, okay. To me it's like. Okay, wait. I need to phrase my words very carefully so that my current friends don't like diss me for it. I have.
Case in point, I don't respond to you that quickly though.
Yeah, both of you to assume. Okay. Hey!
Ends here.
Yeah, that's the end of Tifu, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Okay.
Stay
but-
tuned for our own solo podcast where we do it ourselves.
Oh my god. Okay, no. So that I have friends like yourself who don't respond ASAP.
Yeah.
And I know that you are busy with other things, and that's just how you guys are. That's fine. Like
Okay.
to me, I know that is part of how you operate on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
I also do have friends who like respond like that.
Yeah.
Which is nice. To me, it's just like a bonus if you respond quickly to me, not just in a friendship context, but also in work context and other contexts as well. But
So does
To me, it's like-
responsiveness equal maintenance then to you?
responsiveness shows effort, that you care
Okay.
to respond that quickly, that I came before some of your other priorities, or at least I'm a priority. That's how I read it. You might be chronically online, and I could be misreading this whole situation completely wrongly, but like to me, it's like
Yeah.
that shows effort. But I think more for me, what constitutes a friend is the vibes that we get.
Oh
The
yeah,
vibe-
100%.
Yeah, like if I am not able to vibe with you, if I piss you off, and like I suddenly get lashed back, like that to me is like, whoa, that hurts, because
Okay.
I
But have you not
wasn't
heard that
prepared.
saying that like friends always fight? Like they always
No,
say like
I've
the best
never heard
friendships-
that saying.
Yeah,
What?
like they always say like if you're in like your best friendships are ones that like you can fight with and still like laugh with the next day, that sort of thing.
Like there's conflict resolution, lah, right? Like
well, there's
worked out.
conflict and then there should be a resolution, or you wouldn't be friends after.
Oh, yeah,
But,
okay,
like,
okay,
Like
okay.
there is conflict supposedly to help with your
Fair.
But to be honest, that's never applied to me. I don't think I've fought with any of my closest friends. Like my closest friends to this day.
You're so
we
cool.
have never really no, there's been tension for sure, but we've never like outrightly fought. I think we just look at each other and we're like, never mind. No, we're just like as in it's just sometimes a personality or it's like it's just situational. So just in that situation, I'm like, I don't like how you did that. You don't like how I did that either. We look at each other, we're like, yeah, we're both just being mean to each other.
Yeah.
Move
yeah.
on. So we don't really fight, nor do we, have a resolution. We just move on with our lives. Yeah.
But that's just like one way, like that's how you treat your friendship.
Yeah.
And I think like a friendship is how you treat a friendship is how you would treat a relationship also. At least that's my take on things.
Okay.
And what I mean by this is, I treat my friendship as relationships in a way that I give tolerance. I show patience, I show understanding, and I show a wanting to resolve any conflicts that come our way.
Are you confrontational?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say so. Like, or at least like to describe a bit further, if a conflict were to arise, I want to solve it then and then, and
Okay.
like have it return to normal. Like
Yeah.
I don't,
Okay, fair.
I am not good with sitting on matters and like letting things stew or like giving time for the other person to think
Like,
about it.
Talk to my face.
Yeah. But like that's also something that's like I recognize that is sometimes needed, and like moving forward when I do have conflicts with friends, okay, give them their space and we talk about it after. But
It just depends. Yeah, it depends on who. But anyways, you were saying.
But yeah, so like this kind of tolerance and patience of mine is not accorded to anybody and everybody. I would like to think
It's like only
that
you, and you. I'm selective like that.
finite resources, you know. So it's like for you,
fair
it's
to
like
that.
you're an infinite ball of like sunshine. So it's like I would think this comes quite easy to you to be tolerant, to be patient with everyone. But for
Fair.
me, I can't do that.
Okay.
And to me, it's like I have to be very selective in who I choose to accord this patience to,
Okay.
to PR with lah, in a sense. PR might not be
okay.
the best word, but
Uh-huh.
like to maintain good relations with, because I want to, because I have to, or both. Yeah.
So
I- yeah.
just to like conclude, or rather to sum it up. So a friend is somebody who is emotionally there for you
Yes.
when you need them to be.
Yep.
And brings the vibes.
Yes. I'm trying to think if there's any more. This list sounding a little bit thin.
It's like we have 2 bullet points. As long as you check it off,
Yeah.
you're good to go. All of you are Luke's friends.
No, but I think it's like
No, what about? Okay, I'm just very curious that you said like emotionally there for you when you need them to be.
Yeah.
But not to sound, no, I am gonna sound blunt. Isn't that quite like selfish?
It is. But
Okay.
I think it's like as
Wait,
much
isn't it
as
selfish in terms of like because it's like you're only my friend, or I only value that much because like you are there for me when I need the help, and like I am like going through shit, so you need to like I can have you there for me.
I recognize that can be seen that way. But to further elaborate on that,
Yeah.
because I'm like trembling in my boots right now. Friends, don't leave me. But I ask of them what I would provide for them.
Okay,
So as
okay,
much as
yeah.
I ask for this outlet to show my emotions, to be vulnerable, to be open, I am more than willing to go the extra mile to give you that outlet. Yeah, and I think to me, like my closest friends are those who I can open up almost fully with, as I would a partner. Open up fully with and to share how I really feel about situations, how I really feel about conflicts that we had, situations that happened, be in my life with them, without them, to share with them as openly as I can. And I would hope that they reciprocate by doing the same. And all my friends, all my closest friends that I can think of, all have bared their emotions to me before, and I genuinely, deeply appreciate the trust that comes with that. Because I think in this day and age, it's like it's not very easy for someone to just like, I don't know, hey, my girlfriend left me, and I'm not in a good place, or hey, I just lost a loved one. Can I talk to you about it?
Right.
It's not very easy for us to do that nowadays, and I think for someone to do that with me, I feel a sense of honor in being your confidant. Yeah.
Just emotional vulnerability, right? But do you think that has changed now that we've grown older and hopefully wiser? Do you think that has changed? Like it matters to you more nowadays that, for example, you get emotional vulnerability from your friends, especially since the older you are, the more shit you get thrown at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like has the concept of friendship kind of evolved for you over the years?
100%. Because why I value openness, honesty, and vulnerability, the ability to show vulnerability
Okay,
in
list those
your
values.
right. I know, right? Like, I looked up a thesaurus before this, guys. But I think those things are important in my friendship now because of what happened back in I want to say primary school, but that's where the friendship started. Simply
Okay.
put, it started like because of something that happened a long time ago.
Okay.
And this is what happened. In primary school, I used to have this friend. Let's call him A. Okay. A and I were really close pals. All the way from primary, like this. Okay, a little bit wrong because we're both guys. But we were close all the way up to graduation of, I say graduation, it's just P6. After PSLE, we lost contact for a bit. He went to a different school. We both went to different schools. And then we reconnected back in JC. And that's where things in his life started to get a bit rocky.
Right.
And I wasn't cognizant of it. And it was like a high-by basis. and most a little bit of small talk every time we saw each other in school, which for the record was few and far between. Only until like one of our last few interactions in JC, where he just completely bled his thoughts and feelings to me about what has been happening for him the last 2 years, which was honestly a really rocky 2 years, and I felt so bad for him. I felt so bad that I couldn't be there for him.
Right.
But likewise, as much as I reached out, or okay, maybe I didn't reach out as much as I did. I wish I had. But as a result of that, I think word on the street was he wanted to cut contact with everyone from the JC, and I was included in that because I was also from the same JC.
Okay.
And that meant, wow, from like P2 all the way to like J2, over a decade of friendship was thrown down the drain just like that. And to me, it was like, I couldn't accept that. So I kept reaching out to him after we graduated from JC. We were in army already. And I kept reaching out to him. Yeah, at first, it was like every week. And then after that, it slowly became every month. And then I just stopped.
Okay.
Yeah, because I realized like I wasn't going to get any response back. And even when I saw his sister on the street, I was like, hey, how's A?
Yeah.
And she would be like, oh, it's fine. And I just wouldn't get any more information from him. And to me, it was like, my very first thought was, is he alive? And then I saw his sister, and then she said like, oh yeah, he's doing fine and whatnot. And I found out where he's studying from another mutual of ours. And I was like, oh, okay, great. At least he's okay. Like, I'm glad
Like
he's
keeping
okay.
tabs on him a
Yeah.
little bit. Like, okay. Like,
But then past that point, it was like, this is so sad that I'm keeping track and I'm trying to keep in touch, but I'm not getting the same back. He might have his own reasons, maybe really, really valid reasons for not reaching out to me, for not wanting to reach out to me. But in that moment, I just felt so hurt. And
for sure, yeah.
that was when I realized that being open with the people you're near and dear to, that you treasure, that you value, is very important. Even being able to say things like, hey, I'm not going through a really tough time, but I don't really want to talk to anybody, so hope you understand. If let's say I ask for a meetup or whatnot, I would appreciate that.
But that's not to say you did a wrong thing or a bad thing. But I mean, obviously you would feel hurt and all that, and like, I mean, it sucks. Like you know, like it's not reciprocated. But at least you know that on your part, you were being a friend that somebody would have wanted there. Maybe not specifically him. Case in point.
Yeah.
But you know, like at least you were still trying your best. So like, don't be too hard on yourself on that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you not think has that augmented, like, for example, like you were saying now, you choose like who you're more open to and like who you choose to like, okay, finite resources, right? Spend more of your time and energy with. Okay.
I think that has definitely played a really big role. But to add on to that, it's also, last time I used to be a brat lah. I might still be. Leave it down in the comments. It's like, but like to me, last time, who I consider my friends, and I never really gave much thought to this question, but who I consider my friends were just people who made me feel good, like who just made me feel like a king, like hey, like
hey bro, what's up?
Yeah, hey, looking good, bro, hey, you know, or like stuff like that, you know, really superficial comments. And to me, I was like, oh, I'm lapping it all up, you know. But as the years went by, and as I went to different environments, I realized that friends are the ones who are able to break, friends to me at least, are the ones who are able to break bad news or things that might sound harsh to you in a gentle way. It might not be the nicest way, but I would appreciate someone so much more if they could break the bad news, break things to me that may not be pleasant for me to hear in a way that is constructive, that helps me grow, that comes from a growth perspective.
That's such an interesting statement.
What were your thoughts on it?
No, I just think that's not, like, it wouldn't immediately come to my mind that like, oh, if you're able to talk to me in a certain way, I would constitute you as a friend. Because I think, well, I guess my definition of friends compared to yours is a bit broader. She wrote a note threatening to kill me, and I wrote one back. So I do find myself becoming more of an introvert nowadays.
Really?
Like, a little bit.
You're like the most extroverted person I know.
I know.
If you come over to the outside, right, we're doomed.
No.